What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It's Thursday, March 27th, and we have 8 games to talk about today. Sorry for the rush video yesterday. Even though it was rushed, I had 3 totals, and I was real close to being 2-1. But I was 1-2. Lakers game got to 239. We had under 236.5. So almost got there with a defensive fourth quarter. Was way off on the next game. That total went way over, but I did hit the over in the Celtics game. So 1-2 for yesterday. On to today we go with 8 games, starting with the Pacers at the Wizards. Wizards are home underdogs, 12.5 points. Totals at 233.5. Pacers just coming off a back-to-back with the Lakers. Lost by 1 at the end. Lakers in that game shot 45% from 3. I don't expect that to be the case with this team here that they're playing, but I do expect some tired legs in the fourth quarter. So Washington, in their last 10 games, have either lost outright against the spread and straight up, or won outright against the spread and straight up. So they just came off a win versus Philly. 119-114 is 3-point underdogs. They lost 5 games in a row before that. Then they won 2 upsets versus the Nuggets and the Pistons. I guess every game they win is an upset at this point of the season. But they beat the Nuggets by 3 in Denver, and they beat the Pistons by 4 in Detroit. So I'm not saying they're going to win this game, but on a back-to-back in a real competitive game that they're coming off versus the Lakers, I wouldn't be surprised if the Wizards covered this 12.5 points. I know they've either won or lost that whole diatribe I just went through, but I wouldn't be surprised if they covered this 12.5 points. But in no way can I lay 12.5 points with the Pacers on the road on a back-to-back. That's just the situation. So that's where I'm at for this one. Next game up, we got San Antonio at Cleveland. Cleveland 14-point favorites at home, totals at 236.5. Cleveland's already locked up the top spot in the East for the most part. Let's see how close Boston is now. Still 4.5 games back. San Antonio still missing the same 3 players, Bassie, Fox, and Wembanyama. Evan Mobley is out for rest, and Ty Jerome is day-to-day with a knee injury. They should still be able to cover this 14.5 number by the end of the game. The thing I don't like is that there's no motivation to. They've already got the top spot locked up. They just want to win the game. They're starting to rest players for the playoffs, so that's what worries me. They should be able to cover this number. San Antonio's 5-5 against the spread straight up in the last 5 games, winning against Toronto, Philly, the Knicks, the Pelicans, and the Mavericks. So they're not beating anybody notable. And Cleveland, 6-4 in the last 10 games. We know they had that 4-game losing streak against the Magic, the Clippers, the Kings, and the Suns. But they seem to be back on track. So covering the spread in both the last 2 games. One of those, which was a 16.5 point number. We'll trust them here. -14 for the Cavs. Mavericks and Orlando is the next game up. Both teams are 35-38 on the season. The Magic are slightly better against the spread, 35-37 versus 34-36-3. Neither team has a stellar record at home or super egregious record on the road. I think the Magic are in a better spot as far as where they are in the season, of course. So the only thing that worries me is the 7.5 number. I don't know. I kind of want to lean Dallas plus the 7.5 in this one. I do gotta like the over, also over 218. So that might be where I look for this game, over 218. But if Anthony Davis plays, I lean Dallas. He's questionable on the injury report right now. If he plays, I lean Dallas, but I like the over either way. So over 218.5 for that game. Hawks and the Heat. Not sure where I want to go in this game. Hawks are 7-3 in their last 10 games straight up and against the spread. Heat are 2-8 straight up, 4-6 against the spread. Coming off a good win against Golden State. And game before that, they beat the Hornets. They were on a 10-plus game losing streak before that. So well, they might have capped it at 10. Either 10 or 11 games I think they lost in a row. I'm not really sure. Either way, Hawks are in a better role than them right now. The spread is so small, we're expecting them to win the game though. So I'd rather go ahead and just do money line with the better odds. I see a plus 100. Let's check this injury report. Trae Young is probable. Duncan Robinson and Alec Burke is questionable. I think I'm going to lean to the Hawks. Heat are coming off that win where they wanted to show Butler what he was missing. And I think that was all that was. So the Heat are going to have to show me that they're going to be able to do it again with somebody other than the Hornets. So Hawks are a better opponent to test yourself against than the Hawks are, or Hornets are. So I'm going to lean the Hawks money line on this one. Grizzlies and Thunder. I like the Thunder here. There's no John Morant, and Oklahoma City is the best cover team in the NBA. Almost 70%. There's no team closer to 70% than them. I think it's all Cleveland, Portland, Toronto, and the Thunder. Best cover percentages. But in this game, like I said, we have no John Morant. Bagley is out. Stevens is on the report. Wiggins is out for the Thunder. Williams is day-to-day. So in this game, I like Oklahoma City to continue rolling. I think by the end of the game, they can get to double digits with this team. They are coming off a good win versus Utah, but they're coming off of losses over 10 points to the Clippers, the Blazers, and they lost by 10 to the Kings in their last 3 games before that. So I'm going to roll with the Thunder. Not going to overthink it. Bulls and Lakers. Lakers coming off a back-to-back. They're on the road. I like the over in this game. We had an under yesterday, and they blew past it by 3 points. Today, on the back-to-back with some tired legs, I think they might be able to let the defense slip a little bit. They clamped down in the fourth quarter yesterday, but I don't want to take an under with the Bulls game. So, Bulls beat this team last time they played. Lakers do have revenge, so I don't want to play with the side. It's a pretty low number here. Could be a close game, just like they had played last night. But just in case, I'm going to be on the over. Last game was 146 to 115. Lakers are going to have to at least score 120 to keep up with this team again. So that's my play for this one. Houston at Utah. Houston on the road versus Utah at home. Utah beat this team last time they played 124-115. That was in February. This game here, don't know who to trust. Utah's already been eliminated. There's nothing that they're playing for. Houston is the number 2 seed. But they're 13 games back of the Thunder, so they're just trying to stay above the Nuggets, which they're a game and a half above them right now. I don't know if Utah can really cover the spread. I don't know if Houston wants to cover the spread, so they will stay off this game. Last game up, we got Portland and the Kings. Kings are 6-point favorites at home. Totals of 225.5. Last time these two teams played as well, Portland actually got the last 2. That was before the trade deadline, I think, though. So slightly new team. The way the standings are now, I would lean on the Kings. This is a good spot for them to bounce back and get a win, but I don't like that they have to win by 7 to cover our bet. So I would lean Kings. Portland on the report has Kamara and Grant. Williams and Ayton are out. Monk is day-to-day. Carter's day-to-day. LaRavia is day-to-day for the Kings. Sabonis coming off an 8-point game. Who they played in their last game, but that was to the Thunder. So Thunder were able to hold Sabonis down. If Sabonis can bounce back, I like the Kings to be able to cover this number, actually. So as long as their stars are able to play, and by stars I'm talking about DeRozan, Sabonis, and Levine. As long as they're able to score over 15, 20 points apiece, I like them. So not really sure, obviously, probably won't make my final card, but I lean the Kings in that last game. So the games that I like today, I like the over in the Bulls and the Lakers game. I like the Oklahoma City Thunder -10. I lean the Hawks. I don't know if I'll get there or not. I like the over in the Magic and the Mavs game. Lean Cleveland -14. And I think that's going to do it for me. So those are going to be my 5. Lock those in. Let's get this money. And we'll be back tomorrow to talk some more NBA. I'll see you then.